So this is an honor mode fight with that which guards with my darkness team. This isn't a particularly hard fight, but I thought I'd show it anyway. I originally wasn't planning on taking this fight, but I take a kind of funnier dialogue option just because I'm the Dark Urge, and it bites me in the butt a little bit, but it's fine.
Present me well from gifts thine own, or I shall rend thy flesh from bone.
Instead of offering hands, I try to offer myself as Baal's son, but that's just not enough, apparently.
To passions brash, thou art a slave. This sinful ground shall be thy grave.
So we jump into initiative here, and I'm always surprised that this Deva has such a high initiative that they always go first. But it works out because, unlike most of the party, he is not immune to the blind condition, so he can get a regular attack in. And get riposted there.
Got to move.
And then Shadowheart can get our darkness going. This party, more than some others, really wants to have initiative together so that I can set up the darkness properly for everyone.
I will ascend.
And for some reason, I have the wrong item equipped here for Lae'zal. I guess I threw the returning pike at some point to hit a distance enemy and then forgot to switch back to my main weapon. Normally I have the Punch Drunk Bastard on with the Drake Throat Glaive magic weapon bonus on it. But either way, Tiger Barbarian just does good damage, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to rage so I can spread damage around pretty well with the Tiger's Bloodlust. Of course, I missed 2 there, and I take a second here to look at their AC. So they have a higher AC than most enemies.
Let's turn someone inside out.
I'm getting the -5 from Great Weapon Master.
On my way.
Then Astarion can get in here and just start dealing some damage. I end up turning off Sharpshooter here just because they have that high AC. I'll just get more consistent damage in and apply statuses like Mental Fatigue. He has Brain Drain Gloves and Strange Conduit Ring. Shovel is just in the party for fun, so she's going to go invisible and never do anything. These extra Ravens are all but useless. They miss every attack, but you'll see why they're extra bad sometimes a little bit later. I'm not really sure why I turned Repelling Blast off here. I guess I don't want to knock them out of the darkness, but I don't think it mattered. Gonna try and start applying Frighten, but it turns out they're actually kind of immune to Frighten, so it doesn't do much. We still deal a lot of damage with critical hits, though. I tried to spread it around to hit all of them with the Frighten, but after this I'll just start picking one at a time to take out. Now the actual Raven, who is slightly lower AC, can start spreading the main darkness around. Do a little bit of Psionic Backlash here. Helps apply more Mental Fatigue. I take a long time to think about what I want my character to do here, because I do have Counterspell, so I think about saving it for that, but these characters don't really have anything worth counterspelling at all, so I'm just wasting my time here thinking about it. I end up using it against this guy here, who has already taken some damage from Lae'zal. Then my birds are just tanking some hits. My Dark Urge Warlock has Animate Dead. And I learned the hard way that the Skeleton Archers interact very badly with darkness. They like can't shoot while they're in it, even if they're close to enemies. So I've been switching to the zombie instead. Not that it does much either, especially in this fight with enemies with a lot of AC.
Victory awaits.
I mess up a Tiger's Bloodlust here. Only hit one enemy for some reason, even though I can clearly hit two there. It'd be nice if it was easier to apply Reckless Attack all the time, but... We got Brutal Leap to try and knock guys prone, but usually they save against it. I'm gonna Healing Word Lae'zal here to just give her a little bit of a better hit chance by applying Bless on her with that. And then I look through Shadow Heart spells here because I don't really want to use a lot of spell slots on these guys. I kind of try to look for something to do, some kind of damage, but I have mostly support stuff on her, so I try to Blade Ward a guy, and this is where I learned that Blade Ward only applies to yourself. I don't cast it much, so I didn't really realize that, and, you know, sometimes you just learn your lesson in the middle of a fight. Then we're going to keep focusing down the main guy here. And Astarion has Belm, so he's going to make a bonus action attack as well. As long as he keeps his distance. And then these birds just can't hit anything. So now I'm just going to stack up Reverberation on this main guy, and it actually does knock him prone. Probably the mental fatigue kicking in there to make sure he fails the saving throw.
Kill.
I make the offhand attack there, not really to deal damage, but just try and apply Mortal Reminder again. It's kind of just a habit now, despite these guys actually being immune to the Frightened condition. And then this Raven has a little bit more damage and hit chance, but I should have actually attacked the down guy that is Hunter's Marked, because the Raven applies Hunter's Mark. This Beastmaster was a newer addition to the party, so I'm still kind of trying to learn how to use it. And here, all the Raven's Darkness disappears because you have to apply some every turn to keep it up, or otherwise it all seems to fade away for some reason. It's like applying more resets the 3-turn cooldown for it or something, I'm not really sure. Now my guy's out of Darkness, so these guys can just attack us at will here, but we'll get it back up soon. My zombie can't hit anything. Nice thing about like a blinded enemy, like some of my companions here are blinded. Some of my summons here are blinded, but because the enemy is also blinded, they have normal hit chance.
Fury, I am death.
And we're just gonna try and take out this low guy. We're gonna make a regular attack instead of a Bloodlust just because it deals more damage, and it finishes him off. Just gives us that great Weapon Master attack as well. Again, if I had a better weapon, we'd have even better damage, but instead we have the Returning Pike with no buffs on it. And here I'm in the tank again, trying to think of something to do with this character. I just don't need any of these like CC effects or anything. Everyone's still got good health. I don't need to heal. Look at some of these Elephant powers, and I just don't really need them. I should just Sacred Flame something because Wisdom is my highest stat, but I'm dumb. I end up just making some melee attacks, which is not really very good for her. Even they're immune to the poison damage from Divine Strike poison.
Can you feel death's cold grip?
Now we can reapply Hunter's Mark, go to town on the next guy. I guess because I used a Belm attack, I have to switch back to my bow here. And then I don't have advantage on my attacks because I'm not in Darkness and he's not in Darkness, and so I try to switch to my Raven here, but the summoned Ravens, who you can't control, have broken up my initiative order, which is absolutely garbage. So I can't switch to my Raven to apply the Darkness again, I just have to make a regular attack. Feels kind of bad. These dumb Ravens. They can't hit anything, they're breaking up my initiative. They're kind of worthless. But the main Raven does a lot of work, so we're gonna get that Darkness going again. It helps too that blinded enemies can't make opportunity attacks, so even though my Warlock there is beside that which lurks, I can still just walk away from him as long as he's blinded, and then finish him off with some juicy critical hits. I try to get the offhand attack in on here on this guy, but he is just too surrounded with allies, so Shadowheart gets another thing. Oh, critical hit. 0 poison damage. We love it. At this point, this fight is over. You can see me kind of rush through turns of these guys that have low hit chance. I don't even Wrathful Smite with the Deva here. Then Lae'zel can finish it off. I thought I was going to fight Serapok right after this, but I actually end up not. So there will be some other boss battles before we get to that one. So stay tuned for more.
Breathing, despite everything.